Hi, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we will and subsequent videos tutorial, I will be covering the web development concept in Java, specifically the Spring Boot framework, and then we will move to the Hibernate, and then we will move to the DB part. So I will be starting from the basics of Spring Boot, then I will move to the how we can develop RESTful web services, and then we will move to the how we can integrate JDBC and database concept into Spring Boot, and then we will make a sample application, demo application that will covers all these previous concept. So stay tuned if you like the video, or if you want to learn about Spring Boot, and if you want to dig deeper. Also, you can join this course and watch till the end. I will be uploading videos from today onwards, and for each topic, I will be covering each topic in depth. So, yeah. So, let's start with the Spring Boot. Okay. So, the first question coming to my mind is, what is Spring Boot? So, Spring Boot is a project developed by Pivotal. Pivotal is a company who is behind the Spring Framework. And Spring Framework, many of you don't know, Spring Framework uh, act, is the de facto standard of writing web application into the Java technologies or Java ecosystem. So in Java ecosystem, if you want to switch jobs, or if you want development roles, if you are into support, if you want to move to development, or if you want to switch to different product-based companies, then you should target Spring Boot. If you are not uh, upskilled on Spring Boot, it will create lot of problem. Sometimes you don't get calls, sometimes you get calls, but you will eventually they will not consider you, because this is the skill that you have to be. Otherwise, like it will be difficult for you. So if you targeting those companies or um, roles, you should definitely learn Spring Boot. And Spring Boot is the newest version of Spring Framework. It's completely built from scratch. It uses the concept of Spring application, but there are a lot of other advantages as well. Like it is a opinionated framework. By opinionated, I mean if we don't provide any default value, if I don't override some value, or if I don't provide some value, it will consider the default one for that. For example, if um, I don't provide the port number, I want my web application to run on certain port, and if I don't provide that port, then Spring will run by default on 8080 port. If I want, I can change it to 9000 or 8000, but that is depends upon me. If I override that, it will do that. So this is the example of opinionated. Opinionated means like it will uh, first it will detect whether you are providing the value or not. If you are not providing the value, it will consider the default one. Second one is it supports the rapid application development. By that I mean we don't need to debug lot of config on the configuration part. We directly jump onto the business logic, whatever the actual application logic. Okay. So the third one is like it comes as a package between Spring Framework and Embedded Server. So traditionally, Spring Framework, what was happening, we usually code the project, and then we build it, and then we generate the WAR file, and we deploy to the Tomcat to check our application. But Spring Boot go one step ahead, and it integrates the embedded servers into it. So by default, it comes with Tomcat. We can go ahead and change it to any other servlet container. So that is the advantage. And as you know, like in Java, there are good ID support. So it supports out of the box with IntelliJ, Eclipse, and Spring Toolsuit. So whichever you are comfortable with, you can use it depending upon your choice. So now let's talk about like why is Spring Boot. Like uh, I can use any other framework. Like I can use Python, I can use I can use Node.js. Then why I need Spring Boot? So the first reason is like it gives you the power of Spring Framework. All the features that are present in the Spring Framework are by default present in the Spring Boot. Spring Boot is a superset of Spring Framework, and it removes some of the features that are not you that are creating like that are hindering the productivity of the developer. It is a very developer centric framework, and it comes with powerful DB transaction management tools, and also if you are working with ORM, the Hibernate ORM or JPA or any other Eclipse link like that. So it has the wrapper layer on top of the actual Hibernate code, so you don't need to write a lot of boilerplate code for doing simple save update like that. So all these boilerplate code are managed at the framework level. Because of that, the developer productivity goes up, and it reduces the cost and the development time of the application. So because of that, like in this short span of time, we can able to deliver a lot of things. Like initially, people used to complain that Java application development is slow compared to other framework like Node and Python, but using Spring Boot, that is not a problem. Like we are as fast as other frameworks as well. So these are the why. So now let's talk about the advantages. So coming to the advantages, so the first advantage is it is not bound to the web application. We can also create a command line application, a batch application, and um, a standalone application using Spring Boot. Okay. It as we discussed earlier, it comes inbuilt with Tomcat. We can change it to JTIF depending upon our need, and also it minimizes the boilerplate code, and because of that, productivity goes up and reduces the development timeline. So it is beneficial to both company and the developer. Developer has to debug very less, and company has to spend less on the development. So it is a win-win situation for both company and the developer. So because of that, if you see any legacy application in the industry are moving towards Spring Boot. Spring Boot is the de facto framework nowadays for application development in Java. So, is there any only the advantages or disadvantages also? So, everything I think in the software or the IT has both advantages and disadvantages, and I think it is true for everything. So, everything has its pros and cons. So, Spring Boot also has some cons. So, the biggest con is if you see the dependency graph. If you see the dependency graph, when you create the project, and in the project, if you open the Maven dependency, you can see there are a lot of unused dependency. Because of that, the bundle size keep on increasing drastically. So sometimes it creates like even if it is a Hello World application, the size of the application is 32 MB. Like what is that? Like there are ways by which we can reduce that, but by default we have a lot of unused dependency. But that doesn't mean like we should not be using Spring Boot. It is a good framework, and it is one of the best framework of Java, and it is booming nowadays, and you should definitely consider it if you have any project or if you want to create an application. So in the next subsequent video, we will be discussing how we can write a sample Hello World application, and then we will dig deep into Spring Boot core concepts. Thank you. Thank you for watching.